There's a question which you always ask on this parsha. Why do we see in this parsha, and parshas Netsovim, Atem Nitzovim Ayom Kulchem, it talks about also Klolis, it starts off saying, Ki Es Asher Yesh Lo Po Yimonu Amoid Ayoim, and whoever is not here, Ki Atem Yedatem, what we did and everything, and it comes to Zamatzev, where Chas V'Chelila, where people will hear this Klolos, V'hoi B'Shomes Divrei Ola Azois, and a person will say in his heart, leave me alone, don't mix in my life, Sholem Yuli, Ki B'Shchirus Libi Eilech, Leman Tzvoi Tzarov Et Atzmeo, because you always say, Adon to Lo Yoiva Hashem Soloyach Loi. What is exactly this talking about in this week's Seder? So it's written in Tzvoim HaKdoshim, in the Kliyoko, and everyone talks about, you talk about in this week's Seder, that's what the Gom brings down, that this week's Seder talk about there's three times in the Torah a bris which we had about the Klolos. The first time was in Parshas B'chukoisai. Parshas B'chukoisai talks about that each Yid has got a kesher with Melech Malchei Amlochim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Parshas Kisovoi wants to tell us that the whole of Am Yisrael is like Aguda Echos, and Parshas Netsovim comes to tell us that each and every other Yid has got a kesher, has got a kesher one with the other Yid. A person cannot say, leave me alone, like the person sits on the boat, and the other guy comes along with a hammer and a chisel, and he makes a hole in the under the seat. You tell, what are you doing here? You make a hole under your seat, water will come in. You say, mind your own business. I paid for this seat. I can do what I want on this corner. And the answer is not like that, because if he makes a hole in the boat, the whole boat will sink in. On Parshas Netzovim, we see from here that each and every single Yid has got a kesher, one with the other. If someone sees the other Yid, he doesn't know. He doesn't know the halacha. He doesn't know what to do. Or but someone speaks to Apikoyos, he talks to him and he talks and he talks and he talks. And he thinks it doesn't sink in, everything sinks in. Like the Apostle says in Mishlei, B'pri pi ish yizbat toiv, u'gemul yedei odom yoshev loi, Mishlei yud beis, Apostle yud dalet. If Reuven even eats an apple, who is satisfied? Shimon. Why did it say the Apostle B'pri pi ish yizbat toiv? It's like two people over here. So the Gaon Mivilna on Mishlei Yud Beis brings down, it's talking about Reuven is Machzi B'tshuva Shimon. Reuven knocks on the door of Shimon and he tells him, Rabbi Yid, do you know that tomorrow night is Yom Kippur? Tomorrow night is Pesach. In another month time is Chag Shavuos. I want to tell you about Yiddishkeit. And Shimon can tell him, get out of my house, I don't want to listen to you. Or Shimon can say, oh really, you want to tell me about Yiddishkeit? Yes, I'd like to hear everything. Please tell me about Yiddishkeit. And I want to tell you something. Am Yisrael is a holy nation. Am Yisrael is a holy nation. The whole world knows today when is Rosh Hashanah, the high holidays. The whole world knows when is Yom Kippur. People fast. People all year round, they do what they want. But Yom Kippur is the time everyone is Choyze B'tshuva. That's how it goes. That's what's written in this week's Seder. If there'll be a Yid, which will be the other end of the world, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will take him, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will tell him and remind him. It doesn't help. You can go and live at the other end of the world, you'll bump into a Yid, you'll bump into some other person over there telling you that you are Yid, but there was there. There's so many stories about this Indian, that a person can come to the other end of the world, and Dafka in the other end of the world, in New Zealand, in Australia, which is the other end of the world from here, a person can show the other one, what do you mean? You in need, I knew your grandfather. Your name is Reuven. I'll tell you a story. I once heard of a story of a Yid which went off the way. And another Yid sang to him. Through the singing alone, the person can come back to Yiddishkeit. Through singing alone. Even a person can be 50 years, 60 years away from Yiddishkeit. Singing is a niggun, tune, a song. He can bring the other person back, even though a person is very, very far away. Why? Because singing brings something back in the tat muda of the person. What tat muda means in the background of his mind. that brings the person back completely, telling him, no, that you belong to a Yiddish nation. You always see stories of people from songs. When they sing songs, they remember what happened with their childhood. That's how it goes. So the goal being done by Shem Arizal, that the Reuven, he tries to machzeh b'tshuva Shimon, and Shimon is choize b'tshuva, Reuven doesn't lose out of it. He doesn't lose out of every Sunday night. From 9 till 10, he knocked on the guy's door. He doesn't lose nothing out of it, because Reuven will get percentage of the mitzvahs which Shimon will do when Shimon is choize b'tshuva shlema. And what happens? The Arizal says, have a look in the Gaon on Mishlei Yud Beis, Posik Yudalet. What happens if the Shimon after a while tells Reuven, just leave me alone. Leave me alone, mind your own business. I don't want to do tshuva. Reuven lost anything out of it. So the Arizal brings down, since Reuven tried to be machzeh b'tshuva Shimon, so all the aveiros from Reuven will go to Shimon, and all the mitzvahs, any mitzvah which Shimon did any time of his life, will go to Reuven. So Reuven should say, chaval, it's a shame that I wasted my time for Shimon. From this we can see this only the kud of this week's Seder. This week's Seder we can see that every single Yid has got kesher with the other Yid. It's like a necklace with beads, and you open up the bead, one bead in the middle, all the beads fall down. All Am Yisrael, we are Nogea, we have kesher, one with the other Yid in the world. And im Yedidacho b'ksear shomayim, mishom yekabetcha, mishom yekelchecho. That's what the Moshe Dvar says on the Torah of this week's Seder on Pashas Ntzobim Vayelech. That even it comes to the end of the second last posuk, Vayoyme ach ami heima bonim, my children won't tell lies. Vayilehem lo Moshiach b'chol serosom lo itzor. What does it mean? Ach ami heimo. Even though we see that Am Yisrael could go down away from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, no. But Am Yisrael is a different nation. Why? It says in Pasuk in Tehillim Kuvov, V'yis'alvu ba'goyim v'yilmedu ma'aseyam. HaKadosh Baruch Hu put us in Golus. Whose fault is it that the Yid has to go in Golus and live in Uruguay or Brazil or Timbuktu in a different country in the other end of the world? Why is it like that? So I once saw bringing down, the Ramchal brings down, that we were in Mitzrayim 210 years. We were like Lemaisa have to be in Mitzrayim 400 shana. We have to be in Mitzrayim 400 years. Why were we in Mitzrayim only 210 years? Because the Golus was so hard. If we would have stayed just a bit longer, then no one would have come out like a Yid, would have been completely avud, would have been completely lost in God completely. What did HaKadosh Baruch Hu do? He said, since I gave you have to be in Golus 400 years, and Lamaisi you're only in Golus 210 years, so 190 years, I'll spread out the whole Golus, I'll spread out over the whole Golus from Yesis Mitzrayim until the Geula Shlema Lo'osid Lovoi Bimhero V'Yomeinu, which means if a Yid lands up the other end of the world, it's got to do with V'yis'alvu ba'goyim v'yilmedu ma'aseim. That's what the Ramchal brings down, one of his form Tikunim Chadoshim. I think Tikkun Ches. That's what he brings down there. And that's it's got to do with this parsha. To tell us that even if a Yid will come to the other end of the world, he won't get lost. He won't get lost. Because he's got something inside him telling him, you're a Yid. You are a Jewish boy. You have kesher with the Yadus. And even in the Goyim know that. Because they sit in the Medrash for Parshas Shmois, for Yofis Amoy, that they didn't want to do Bris Milah. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu told the Yid, you don't want to do Bris Milah. You want to be like the Goyim? Don't worry. I'm being sinner from the Goyim to you to tell them that you're a Jew boy. The Jew boy goes in the swimming pool in Cambridge, in Bristol, in Hong Kong. The Goy says, get out of the water, because there's a dirty Jew in the corner over there. Even the Yid wants to run away, it doesn't help him. It won't help him at all, because the Goy knows there's the Yid. That's what Lamaitza we see in the Second World War. That the Tzoyra Yamach Shomoy, he went to every single Yid, even 6 doors back, 5 doors back. He knew each person, even the person's a doctor, and he served Germany, and he was a professor, and he paid tax. But he came along and said, nah, but your great-grandfather was Jewish. So you have like a German, we have to kill you. But I serve your country. It makes no difference over here. That's what it says. משום יקבצך השם אלוקיך ומשום ייקחך. You can't run away. And we don't run away. And we're not running away. So we come to this now to Rosh Hashanah. אתם ניצבים היום כולכם. We are all one nation. We are all one Am. We completely with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We come together with Hashem. We are all joined to Am Yisrael. We're all one family. We're all united. Keim Chayenu, Voich Yomeinu, we're all united. Ata Echod V'Shimcho Echod. Yisrael V'Araizu V'Kutshabrichu Chadu. We're all one nation. We all come to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yes, we said HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We are coming with one mishlachat. What mishlachat mean? We're not coming to the Melech alone, individual. We come to the Melech, 10,000 people in one go. We are bringing a present for the king. Really? Why? So the king looks about the whole thing together. Why everyone's coming? He doesn't check each one with a magnifying glass. We all coming together. We all together. Ato echod v'shimcho echod mi kamcha Yisrael go echod v'oretz. Atem nitzavim hayoim kulchem. We all one nation. We all one joint to Melech Malchei Amlochem HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells us, you come together. You are joined together. You come with one nation together. Of course, I will become everyone. I'll give everyone long life and happy life and healthy life. And we all be Zocher B'ezat Hashem to have a Ksiv Chasim B'Toiva, because we're all one nation. We all join together. Yisrael, the Oraisa, the Kutsha Brichu, Chatu. We all one nation together.